Chasing sunsets, painting skies are red. With every mile, a new story sealed. Here we go, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels.
At the beginning of each section of the day, I thought it would be interesting to show the plans that we had and how we create those. I use an app called Wanderlog. I found it purely by accident. You can use it for free, though I do pay a subscription to get the pro version. The pro version, for me, the main benefit is that you can view all of your travel plans and your reservations and so on offline. So if you're in an area where there's no internet, you can still access those. So the first leg of our journey is from home to Aberdeen. Aberdeen is where we're going to catch the ferry to Shetland. And we're travelling on Saturday the 10th of May. These were our plans for today. So we're going to be aiming to get to Strathclyde Country Park Caravan and Motorhome Club site, which is where we're spending the night. We're going to leave home around 9 o'clock-ish, and we're going to head off, and on the map it shows the numbers of the places where we're planning to stop, ending with the campsite in just outside Glasgow. The campsite over here is for on the way back. On Wanderlog you can show each day, but you can only show all overnights or none. So I've got all of them on. So we're going to probably pull off at one of the service stations on the A1 just for a toilet stop. We're then going to go to Mainsgill farm shop. We've passed there many times, but we thought we'd pop in, have either 11s or an early lunch, depending on time, and pick up some meat and some things for dinner from the farm shop. We're then going to head over the Pennines towards Gretna Green. We've been here many times. It's a lovely place to stop off. Parking for motorhomes is really easy. It's an accessible place. It's kind of like a shopping outlet now, as well as the famous blacksmith shop, and we really enjoy going there. There's a lovely big field. We can give Liggy a run around. She can have a bit of a play, and there's also a wall made of the letters of the word love, a love wall, and the first time we went there, we put a padlock on with our wedding anniversary date on, and so we always go and check whether that's still there. We'll then stop off at Abington Services on the M74. That's also got quite a nice dog walking area before arriving at Strathclyde Country Park. So then on the Sunday's going to be a slightly calmer day, not so far travelling. So we'll leave Strathclyde Country Park. We need to leave really early, about 8 o'clock in the morning. And we need to make sure that we've got full water, empty waste and an empty toilet when we leave there. We're heading for St Andrews. Neil used to be a very keen golfer, and he's always wanted to go to the famous golf club there, the RNA World Golf Club. So we're going to the museum there. I've found somewhere to park. We'll see when we get there whether that works out. The number 1 is hiding behind the number 2 at the moment. And we're also going to have lunch there in the Niblick Restaurant. Probably not a very big lunch because we have got dinner booked on the ferry, but we'll have a light lunch before we leave the museum. We need to have left that museum by 1 o'clock at the latest to head to Aberdeen, where we need to check in at around 3 o'clock for our ferry. The ferry leaves at 5 o'clock. We've got a dinner package booked, hopefully an accessible cabin, and well, we'll see how it all goes. It's our first overnight ferry since I've been a wheelchair user, our first overnight ferry with the motorhome, and our first overnight ferry with Liggy. So we'll see how that goes, and then we should end up in Lerwick at around 7:30 on Monday morning. We'll see you there. Let's assume our journey starts here. This is Mainsgill Farm Shop, and I'll explain in a moment why we're starting from here. We parked up at the far end of the car park where motorhomes are supposed to be, and we're right next to a field which has got a little donkey in it, but it's sheltering. It's really hot, so he's probably a bit over warm at the moment. So let's just say that the journey hasn't gone as planned. We were supposed to be leaving home at 9 o'clock this morning, heading up the A1, stopping off at Wetherby Motto, maybe having 11s at Mainsgill Farm Shop, and then heading up to Glasgow via Gretna and the M74. Unfortunately, last night Liggy, my assistant's dog, was quite poorly, and she was up and sick through the night, so we weren't kind of comfortable to leave until we'd had her checked out by a vet. The vet has given her some medication and an injection, and he says he doesn't think there's anything actually really wrong. He thinks it's a reaction to some other medication that she was trialling. So we've taken her off that, obviously, and we're going to just see how it goes. If we don't feel that she's well before the ferry tomorrow, we're turning around and coming home, because her health absolutely comes first. However, that meant we were quite late leaving. We didn't leave at 9. I was at the vet's at 9, and then we didn't leave till probably about 10:30. We got to Wetherby Motto, but unfortunately it's closed. We've no idea why. It was all coned off. There was police there. There were signs on the A1, to be fair, but we thought we'd come off and give it a try, but it really was closed. So we just had to keep going. So we're now at Mainsgill Farm Shop, where Neil's popped in to get some cake and coffee. We've just had a bacon sandwich for lunch, and he's picked up some burgers and some kebabs for dinner for tonight. We're planning a barbecue when we get to the campsite. Our main thing now is to get to Glasgow, so we're staying tonight at Strathclyde Country Park, and our main aim now is just to get there. We'll need to stop off for a couple of breaks, mainly for me to go to the loo, but also for Liggy to stretch her legs and have toilet breaks. And also she's currently having short, small, spaced out meals, so we'll probably give it another 2 or 3 hours and then give her another little dose of rice and hard-boiled egg, which I have to say she's enjoying, and so far she's keeping down, so that's good news. And then we're going to see how she is for the rest of today, overnight and tomorrow morning, and then we're going to make the final decision of, do we actually get on that ferry and go to Shetland. I really hope she's okay, because I think she'll love it there as well. We've planned a lot of the holiday around her and her needs as well as ours, so I really hope she's okay. So I was trying to video her, but then the tail started to go downhill. Hey, little puppy, how you doing? Is the tail wagging? Let's get that on video. A waggy tail. We've now made it as far as Gretna Green. We often stop off here. It's just off the M6. It's really easy to get to. And there's a huge car park where it's really easy to park a motorhome, and then there's the famous blacksmith museum here, where people used to elope to get married. We've been there once before. We don't tend to do it again each time. There's the courtship maze, which is a nice little grassy area where we can take Liggy for a little walk and give her a chance to go to the loo. And there's the shops and the food outlet and things over behind the blacksmith shop as well. So Neil's just popped over there to get us both an ice cream. We have given Liggy a bit of a walk. She's not been well, so we've kept that really short, just enough for a leg stretch, change of position. It's quite warm. It's about 21 degrees, which when you're not feeling well isn't great, and wearing a big fur black coat. But we got back to the van and she's had a big drink, so I'm really pleased with her, and she seems to be doing okay. So let's hope that this is just a blip at the beginning of the holiday and she'll be fine. So the next stop should hopefully be our campsite for tonight, which is Strathclyde Country Park Caravan and Motorhome Club site. Oh, not a hole in one. Yay!
All in two. I don't know if I can get that one off.
Yay, hole in one.
Meilleur champion amateur. La France en 2010.
Get me. See if I can do it one.
I think Liggy likes the idea of playing golf. So we'll start again. Oh, I missed.
Roll the road, no edges in my view. Every mile fresh like morning dew. Finberries on wheels, life's a ride. Freedom rolling like the ocean tide. Wheels are spinning, sun on my face. Moving hearts, no need to race. Adapted journey, no.
So we've arrived at the Port of Aberdeen, and this is our ferry, NorthLink Ferries, and it's the Hrossie. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. We've been checked in, although their system's down, so we haven't got boarding cards yet or cabin keys. And Neil's just gone to take Liggy for a last toilet visit before we get on the ship. So here we are. Let's hope everything goes smoothly from here. Absolutely.
Wheels are rolling on the road ahead, chasing sunsets, painting skies are red. With every mile, a new story sealed. Here we go, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. The earth is our map. Freedom and adventure, no room for a gap. Through mountains and valleys, every place reveals the joy of the journey. Finberries on wheels. Campfires glow under starry night skies. Home on the road where the spirit never lies. Wind in our hair, we know how it feels. The call of the wild. Finberries on wheels. Engine hums its tune, the heartbeat sings. Life on the move, oh the joy it brings. From coast to coast, we break all seals. Stories of magic, Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. The earth is our map. Freedom and adventure, no room for a gap. Through mountains and valleys, every place reveals the joy of the journey. Finberries on wheels. Fires glow under starry night skies. Home on the road where the spirit never lies. Wind in our hair, we know how it feels. The call of the wild. Finberries on wheels. Finberries on wheels. Where the dream unfolds, adventure awakens, the heart grows bold. Forever it echoes, life spinning reels. Our song of freedom, Finberries on wheels.